And all present over here. Myself, Farhan,
And myself, Prisha.
are going to present our views on the topic sustainability of the environment. Humanity is an astonishing species. We have made incredible and rapid changes in human health, in transport, in energy, food production, and infrastructure. Despite pandemic forcing us apart, we can communicate effectively and instantly across huge distances. We have made it all of these advances over the last few hundred years, a period that in evolutionary terms is but a blink of the eye.
But in our haste to adopt new technologies that made our lives better, we didn't think about the long term consequences, which ultimately concludes that now is the time to pay the price. Our high carbon and resource intensive economic models are warming the planet. They are destroying nature and biodiversity, undermining the foundation of our own existence. They're polluting the air, land, and sea. They're increasing inequality as those with least access to the benefits of human development, as they are the ones who suffer the most from its unwelcome side effects. Despite all of these, we can do something to transform our societies so that they can also operate in harmony with the nature. First of all, we need to understand the depth of the four crises that have made the situation worse.
First is the climate change. Growing storms, summer heat waves, forest fires, droughts, and locust plagues are the consequences caused by one of the less, but the concentrations of all gases in the atmosphere, which is higher than at any time in the past 8 lakh years. This is the tipping point. Warming oceans are melting ice, which means less reflected sunlight and more heating. Burning forests deprive us of carbon sinks. We face a system cascade which will send global temperature through roof.
Second is the loss of nature and biodiversity. Humanity has altered 75% of land and 66% of marine environments. An estimated 4.3 million hectares of humid tropical primary forest, the size of Denmark, are lost each year, mainly due to agriculture, livestock, and infrastructure expansion. Third is the pollution and waste. As living in 21st century, we all are pretty much familiar with the term pollution. So I don't think so there's a need to talk about that. Certainly, there's not much left to talk about. But yes, there's a such thing called marine plastic pollution, swirling in ocean currents and in the guts of fishes and seabirds. We throw millions and tons of waste each year, which roughly equal to the weight of commercial airlines ever made. In addition to that, pandemic has worsened the situation, with tons of disposable protective equipment thrown away every day.
Fourth is the exploitation of people as well as the planet. I don't know why it makes it so difficult for these multi-billionaire companies to be ethical, resourceful, and sustainable. Despite of being used to make profit out of everything, I don't know what makes it difficult for them to pay their workers fair wage, treat them equally and well, and giving credits for their labor. Sourcing of ingredients, materials being used to pack the products, everything matters at the very beginning of scratch.
Now, by speaking all of this, I've literally made it sound like we are doomed and nothing can be done, which indeed is true. But we need to change, not just our habits, but ourselves, because only these small habits make us who we exactly are. They shape us to the present version of ourselves. In order to change the situation, we can make ourselves responsible for certain things like, whenever it comes to waste management, having always reminded of the principle of 3 R's is the key, and that too in order, because that makes a huge impact. Reduce, reuse, and recycle. Reducing as much as our consumption, along with opting an eco-minimalistic lifestyle, does favor in romanticizing our ordinary lives. Reusing the products that we already have, as well as buying or consuming those products which can be reused multiple times, is the best thing that you can do. Despite being one of the best techniques to reduce our waste, recycling is at the bottom due to the fact that it causes most of the emissions in comparison with the other two. After all, sustainability is about cutting our emissions as much as possible, becoming more aware of resources that are being consumed by us. Every conservation starts with conversation. Educating people about this world be the best thing that anyone to do. Using products packed in either compostable packaging or post-consumer recycled packaging or completely recyclable packaging and etc.
Sustainability is not a left or right issue. It is a long-term survival issue and integrational justice and equity issues. We all need to get on the right side of the history and actually support those leaders who will do the right thing. I know it seems like I am asking a lot, well I am, but I wouldn't be asking this if there were any may or the right things would have happened at the right time. There is no single quick fix to these crises, neither or overnight success.
Technology can only take us so far. No nation, or community, or group of individuals or individual can do it alone. But if each of us does our part in all aspects of our lives, we can retain and extend all of the benefits of human integrity in such a way that puts us back in harmony with nature. We can all find a way to live together on a planet of peace, prosperity, and equality. We can all be change makers. And remember one thing. You cannot do all of the goodness that the world needs, but the world needs all of the goodness that you can do. Thank you.